Everyone, I am back. I know didn't get to upload either my championships or Super Bowl predictions. I've been away or just kind of really thought about it. Uh, right now, I'm a little sick, as you can tell by my voice a little bit. But right now, a couple days ago was Super Bowl 51, and I want to give my review and like my thoughts about it. There's gonna be no slides for it or anything. It's kind of want to talk about it. Uh, First off, I'll be honest, as a Patriots fan, great game. Not just because I'm a Patriots fan, but it was really good football. Just it made it seem like a blown out from the beginning, but like there was great defense, great offense. Even though in the beginning New England didn't look that strong in terms of offense by not scoring that much, but Atlanta looked really strong and made me think differently because originally I thought they didn't really have that good of a defense. And after seeing how well they played against like Aaron Rodgers and Russell Wilson and Tom Brady, they made me think, hey, this team has a really fucking good defense. And well, I've never really watched Falcons that much, so I never really known. But uh, Tom Brady, he's Tom Brady. He found a way to get past that. Used all of his receivers and all of his arsenals in his offense. He didn't just stick to one gun. He used everything. He used Malcolm Mitchell. He used Chris Hogan. He used Julian Edelman, Danny Amendola, C.J. White, LeGarrette Blount, even Deion Lewis to a little extent, and even made a couple plays himself. So he used a lot of his arsenal. While I found Matt Ryan, he only ever really targeted two people. It was mostly Tyler Gabriel and Julio Jones, and that's who I saw he mostly targeted throughout the entire game. I think I made it, and his tight end, but that's that's bleh. It's mostly who he used in the passing game. Of course, he used Devontae Freeman and Coleman in the running game, and Freeman was he had one of those really great plays of maybe like a 35-yard gain on Atlanta's first drive, and that was really cool. Uh, I just think Matt Ryan he didn't get to show that much potential. He had a great arm. He did pretty well. I think a lot of the more of the spotlight went to Julio Jones though for some of those really great catches he had on like the sidelines. Uh that was really amazing. Their defense looked really strong. With that pick six, they kind of crumbled though. As I say, if you didn't see, they had three holding calls in a row, and that gave Tom Brady a lot of chances. He eventually did throw that pick six, but had that never happened, they probably would have scored there. And well, it doesn't matter now, but three holding calls in a row, and two of them were on the same guy. I believe his number was 34. And that doesn't really look good. And their defense did have a lot of penalties, and their offense, well, did have a few. There was a controversial one at the goal line, well, what set them up for the goal line for the game-winning touchdown, was that pass interference call. To a degree, it did look like it. At the same time, it kind of didn't. Take it as view as what you will. Because pass interference always looks iffy. It's like, it can always be a controversial call. Uh, the refs, I think they did a fine job of making calls in the game. I think there were a couple missed calls, though. I think the play before the pick six, there was an obvious horse collar. Um, ooh, I had to burp, sorry. And they never called that, which I found was kind of BS. And Brady did eventually throw that pick six, so I said that should have never really happened, but oh well. Uh, I think probably some of the great things from the Super Bowl was commercials always are great. I think probably some of my favorites were the Skittles one. I like that, and the Buick one. Those are always some of the commercials you always want to look out for. But aside from the commercials, halftime show. Lady Gaga wasn't really that big a fan of. If you know me, I'm not that big a fan of English pop anyway. But I think Lady Gaga is past her prime. She hasn't really made that many new songs. I think maybe in the past 5 years, it's only been like two that I've heard on the radio. A lot of the songs she performed were from the late 2000s, back from when she was in her prime. So I think like they really should get some more people who are like newer. get them in the spotlight. But it's like they're like in their prime. They're not new, where it's like they're not ready, but at the same time they're not past their relevance. And I think that's kind of what I'm thinking. The opening coin toss, people say it's controversial. Of course, they just say it because the Patriots when they're making excuses. And I'll point this clear. If any of you in the comments say they cheated or anyway, saying they changed the turf, I'm looking at you, Wilson. Like they used a double-headed coin, I'm looking at you, Jacob. You're saying George Bush had to do anything with it. I'll just delete the comment and block you because I'm not gonna deal with that. Okay, this is my channel. I get to do whatever the hell I want. I'm not dealing with that. Okay, I'm just not. George Bush, I kind of forgot he was actually alive though. Yeah, the toss looked a little weird. Atlanta won the toss. They gave it to New England, which eventually worked out. I think some of the greater plays, as I was trying to say before, Devontae Freeman, that opening run on Atlanta's first drive was amazing. Matt Ryan being able to move around the pocket and out of the pocket, getting to moving on the run and throwing on the run to Julio Jones. Julio Jones getting those really good sideline catches in. Danny Amendola looked really good. CJ White was really amazing. He had a pretty big game in my opinion. I'm pretty sure he had 3 or 4 touchdowns. Maybe I think. Yeah, I believe 3 or 4, 3 on that tying drive, and I think the 4th to win the game. Which, in my opinion, C.J. White should have won MVP. I don't care. I think you're saying without Brady, anyone can hand off the ball. It's like Brady did it. Yeah, I can see where you're coming from, but I think C.J. White should not because he scored most of the touchdowns to win the game. But Julian Edelman had probably one of the best catches I've seen so far. I think it's kind of come full circle. In Super Bowl 42, you had Patriots. They were undefeated. They were the favorites to win and everything. And you had David Tyree catch. And then 10 years later, about almost 10 years later, you have the Patriots coming in. Atlanta being the favorite, actually. And you had that really great catch by Julian Edelman to set up the game-tying touchdown. Also, Danny Amendola looking really good. Garrett Blount, he did decently. Dion Lewis, that one little weird play where he tripped, it looked like he hurt himself. I thought at the end of regulation, I thought he jumped and hurt himself, pulled a Grammatica, hurt himself like that. Didn't look like, because from where I was watching it and the angles, it looked like that's what happened, but it looks like he tripped and he hurt himself. Dion Lewis didn't really get to do much in the game, but oh well. And Tom Brady, he's Tom Brady. He's the greatest of all time. I mean, what more do you want to say? You could say whatever he wants, that, oh, he's a wuss, or, oh, he's a cheater, or whatever. You can say whatever you want about Tom Brady, but you cannot deny how great of a quarterback he is, how much effort, love, and work he puts into his craft, and just making him one of the greatest. I mean, he had a really great story and just turned out to be one of the best. Frankly, it was amazing. It was a really great game, especially for Tom Brady. New England, great game. They now have their 5th Super Bowl. Tom Brady, all-time winning quarterback in most Super Bowls. He has full hand Super Bowl rings now. Maybe next year he'll have 6. Oh, jeez. Well, I never shut up about that if that happens. Oh, for living in Pittsburgh, that would be great. But that probably won't happen. I don't really care. Kind of do care, but I kind of don't. I don't really think there's anything else I want to say about the Super Bowl other than it was a really great game. There were a lot of great moments. The commercials were great, of course. New England winning was a great one. I think Atlanta kind of deserved to win that game because, as I told people, even though I'm a New England fan, I have respect for other teams. I appreciate when a team can win and just do it. Okay, if someone beats New England, I'm not gonna cry and complain and call out them cheating or anything. I'm gonna say, you know what, you beat us, good for you. good luck in the Super Bowl or good luck next round or whatever. I'm not going to complain. Sure, I may be a little upset, but I'm not going to throw a full temper tantrum because New England lost. At the same time, New England won. Like, I just wore my New England jersey. I wasn't rubbing it in anyone's faces. I just was wearing my New England jersey, and that's all. Um, that's pretty much about it. But at the same time, I would have been really happy for Atlanta if they won. I was not gonna jump on the Matt Ryan bandwagon, even though I have a jersey of him back in like 2012 or ever, when he had that like really good season. When he was my fantasy quarterback, I kind of liked Matt Ryan. Sorry. So no, I'm not gonna jump on the Falcons bandwagon or anything, just because I have a jersey of him. I think I also have a Vic one. I think you've seen that maybe once. But I'm not gonna jump on the Falcons bandwagon. Uh, I'm a Patriots fan, and that's what it'll be. Great game from both teams, and I'm kind of really looking forward to what will happen next season. What will happen during the offseason? Who's gonna retire? What big names will come out of the draft? What probably one of my favorite parts of the offseason. What is free agency going to have in store? And all of that. I think I'm really looking forward to next season. Yeah, Patriots won the Super Bowl. And, well, that was my Super Bowl thoughts and review. And, well, have a good day.